Hey everyone, it's Ultraviolent 4 here, and today we're going to be starting a new game of Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup. I am very scared about this one. Whew. So you can see in the bottom right hand corner there, I've won my last 6 games, so this is going to be game 7 of the streak. And this one goes out to Man, as in the Man who just won the last tournament. He's requested that I play some sort of Naga. I assume it's because he thinks it's probably going to kill me. And you know what? He might be right. So we're heading into the advanced category here. Let's see. The description says they're hybrids, shooting from the chest up with a scaly, muscular torso trailing off like that of a snake. So we're going to be playing a snake today. One of the crucial things about being a snake, you can see at the bottom there, you move slowly. And that is what makes them horrible as a streak race, because you cannot run from things. So especially in the early game when you don't yet have any tools to deal with dangerous situations, not being able to run away from things means you sometimes just die and there's not much you can do about it. In order to try to overcome that, I'm going to pick what is a fairly strong start. So it's an Artificer, or Artificer is actually how you say that. It says here you start with a few magical devices and you're competent at using such tools. Let's go. Oh man. My palms are sweaty right now. Something about mum's spaghetti. If you only had one shot. Yeah. Okay. So let's have a look at our inventory. We started off with a few wands. The most important one here is the Wand of Enslavement. Particularly in the early game, that's your oh crap, I'm gonna die panic button. Few things in at least the first few floors, or even probably up to there are a few things that will resist that extremely strongly. So you can always enslave something and then tell it to run away from you, so at least you don't die. But you can also use it to help kill packs, so you can effectively split packs in half if you need to. Your Wand of Flame is good for damage, and then the Wand of Random Effects, use it if you have to, but you'd kind of rather not. And let's have a look. Oh dear. Have a look at being a Naga. So you can't wear boots. Like a centaur, there's a Naga body, but when you're playing Naga, typically you never ever find one. If you do find one, you're really lucky. At the moment, it says my skin is tough, but it's an AC plus 0 bonus. Awesome. Every 3 levels, you get 1 extra AC of natural body armor. Again, part of why Naga is so bad in the early game for streaking is because you don't have any of your extra AC yet, and there's this part here. Armor fits poorly on your strangely shaped body, so all your body armor gives you half its base AC. So you get less AC off your body armor, but you don't yet have your bonus innate armor yet. You get innate C and Viz and innate R poison. It's only resistant to poison. Don't think that you're immune to snakes just because you also are a snake, because you still, if you're unlucky, can get poisoned. Slow metabolism, fine. You cover ground slowly, that's really rough. And then you have this ability here, you can spit poison. In the early game, that's the main way that you're going to try to kill things. Well, it's not the main way, but you should, as much as possible, try to spit poison at things. It causes a bit of hunger, it's got a breath cooldown, but you can spam that. Let's have a look at our skills. And I just realized the combo for this is NaAr, so we're playing the NaAr. Oh dear. Alright, as far as our skills go, we're going to be reliant pretty heavily on our Wand of Enslavement. So I'm going to focus my evocation skill as my most important skill right now. 2 games in a row of Ultraviolent training evocations. Something is not right here. Yes, I know, it's kind of odd. I've started off with a short sword and 1 skill point. I could train that, I guess. Let's have a look at switch over. You use exclamation mark to do that. Gonna turn off dodging. Fighting will be my defensive skill at the start here. And also stealth. You have a +5 stealth aptitude, which is the best in the game. And while I don't necessarily want to stab things, because you can't run away from things, if you manage to find them, say something's dangerous but they don't notice you, you can hopefully sneak away. But we'll see. So I'm going to leave stealth on. I guess I can train short blades. I don't know, maybe not. I'm not really committed to a weapon type at this point, so I can wait to see till I find something good in the dungeon. If you have a look at all the aptitudes for Naga, across standard melee weapons they're just completely flat, which means you can wait until you find some sort of good weapon. Short blades allows me to stab, but I don't know that I'm going to be some sort of assassin Naga yet, or ever. And that's not something that I'd prefer to do, so we'll just go like this. And then hopefully our evocations can carry us through. Let's go. I want to take this slowly. Yeah. Oh man, there's a centaur barding. Why do you do this game? I got excited for a second. Oh dear. As a Naga, you can't wear a centaur barding. If only. If you have a look here, next in brackets, next to time, it shows you how long your last move took. So a normal race moves at 1 for, as in moving 1 tile per 1 turn. As a Naga, you're 1.4. So you're 40% slower. Let's grab this helmet. The hobgoblin hasn't seen me. Okay, he has now. So let's spit poison at him. And we killed him. Okay, that was amazing. Alright, let's put this helmet on. So we got 1 free AC already. Takes us to 2. I'm going to try to explore around this area. I found some good pillars already. Actually, that's super irrelevant because I can't pillar dance. What am I talking about? Yeah, pillar dancing is where you walk around a structure like this and you heal up while a monster chases you. But when you move at 1.4 speed, you're not running away from anything. So there's no point even trying. A dart slug is susceptible to poison, so I can spit at that. It's out of range though, I believe. Yep. So I gotta wait for it to come to me. Is he coming to me? There we go. And then we're gonna spit poison. Good. Alright. We'll wait here for our breath to go away. And then we got 1 scroll. I'm not gonna read scrolls yet. I got 2 scrolls of something. Good chance that that's ID or remove curse. But if it's... Well, I mean, we found 2 separate scrolls. So for that to happen on D1, it's probably ID or remove curse. Oh man, if it's teleport, we could die. I'm gonna do it. If it's ID, I'd really like to know what this potion is. If I had nothing to ID, I wouldn't bother with this, but everything we can get early on in Naga is really useful. It is ID. Okay, so we have a potion of might. It means we can, if we get trapped in a bad situation at the start here, we can potentially might something. We've been very lucky with our poison breath so far. You can see it has a failure rate, which you can't do anything about. Although it's pretty low. It's not like the deep dwarf heal fail. Alright, this is especially important to note here. Because you move, if you're any species, you don't want to move into an enemy like this because you'll take your turn and then the kobold or the monster will use its turn to hit you. But that's especially important when you're something slow like a Naga, because I'll do my 1 turn and he'll hit me, but then I believe because my next action is a 0.4, that gives the kobold a 40% chance to then get another attack and hit me again. So my 1 move into him might potentially give him 2 attacks, whereas if I wait a turn, he's just used his turn to move to me, and now I can use my turn to hit him. And my breath just ran out, so let's spit poison again. Alright, we made it to level 2. That's pretty good. Let's pick up these stones. We can use those to throw at enemies to try to draw enemies to us if we want to try to pull out monsters on their own. Oh dear. Alright. We just found 3 potions of might. Oh my god. D1, 4 potions of might. Okay. So that's pretty good, I guess. Alright, look at this poison spitting. You're the poison spit champion. Alright. A ring mail. I think this is probably worth it. Even though its base AC is going to be halved. We're not casting any spells or anything, so it's purely just our defenses. At the moment, I've got 3 AC and 9 EV, which is 12 total. If I put this on, I go to 4 and 8, which is also 12. But generally speaking, you'd prefer to have AC over EV. All things being equal. I'm actually so nervous. Another scroll. I'm not going to read that. And actually, I haven't seen any other... No, I haven't seen any other potions, except for the might, which we know. Alright. Poison spit cooled down. That one missed, I think. Alright. We just take this slowly. Hobgoblin with a weapon at this stage can potentially do a lot of damage. Oh man, that centaur barding there is triggering me pretty hard. Could have been us. It could have been the first time, probably in the history of Crawl, where a Naga actually found a barding on D1. Ooh, more ID. Okay, he's next to us, we have no breath, and he has a weapon. So I'm going to slowly start fighting him with the short sword. Okay, well we got him. Alright. Poison needles there. We need a blowgun for that. But I could pick that up, I guess. Did I kill him? Or did he just not see me? I think I killed him. Yeah, I did. Okay. Always a good feeling when your breath just straight up kills things. That one I didn't kill. Or did I? It missed him. Okay. But he didn't see us and he ran away. Alright, there we go. Got him that time. It's because our stealth's really good. Ah, right, okay. I'm trying to butcher something and it's trying to do my my animate skeleton from last game, the deep dwarf. Let's remove that. No. Okay, deleted. Alright. And if I go tilde, which is the macro button, and then I do S now, it will save those. So don't forget. I always get so paranoid when I have to go on the exit like that I'm going to accidentally leave the dungeon. Although you wouldn't, because it prompts you. You have to be pretty bad to accidentally do that. Or accidentally enter pan. Oh dear. Alright, we missed? No, we got him but it didn't hurt him. Alright, we'll back up. We can't back up anymore. Alright, our breath. There we go. Oh, there's a buckler. We want that. Alright, a few things here. I should be testing this scarf as well. Has repel missiles. That's pretty good to have right now. And a buckler. It was cursed, but that's okay. I'm going to train shields. You only need 4 points for a buckler. Actually, I think a Naga is even less. Let's see. Yes, okay. So a Naga counts as a large race as far as a shield is concerned. So I only need 2.4 to remove the buckler penalty. That might even be worth focusing. No, it's not really. I'm not casting spells, so it's not a big deal. Alright. And then, was there anything else? No. The other scrolls I'm not going to read just yet. Alright, that's our D1 done. So that's a good start. We made it to the second floor. There's a null. This might be a whole null pack. I can try to spit poison at one. See, he felt unharmed, so we just go up. And I could enslave them and fight that pack, but I think I'm better off just going to a new stair and we'll potentially find our way to them again. A wand of Ice Blast, that's amazing. We're going to ID that straight away. So we got 7 charges of an Ice Blast wand. Particularly, that's just really good in the early dungeon, but particularly with our evocations training, that will let us kill pretty much anything, really. Alright, we can try this scale mail. Ooh dear, stuff behind us. Okay, what to level up? I'm not really sure exactly where this character is going to go yet. We've already got 14 strength, which is our highest. I think probably the safest way to do this is to assume we'll become sort of a hybrid, in which case int is probably the safest choice I can make. Because if I'm going to cast some sort of spells, int is always good to have. Alright, let's test this scale mail. I think this probably won't be worth it. So I'm 4 and 8, which is 12. This is 5 and 6, which is 11. It has 1 extra AC, but I think I'd rather just go for the ring mail. Alright, and there's a sling over there. Are there any sling bullets? No. It's probably still worth it. Okay, so the thing about this sling, even though it's not marked as being glowing or anything, it could still be cursed. 2 things to note. One, that's not going to kill me because one, we have ammunition for it, so it's not like you're being stuck with a sling that you can't even use. But 2, we have all our wands and our poison spitting to help us if we are stuck with it. The other thing is that I just picked up a second scroll here, which is quite likely to be remove curse. So I'll give this a go. It is a curse -1 sling. So as I was saying, something that I don't like about the early dungeon, it's because it discourages you from using the things you find in the dungeon. So say I was a melee character who really did rely on their melee weapon, I wouldn't have been able to try that, and in fact I didn't for this reason. In fact I wouldn't have for this reason. So it encourages you to just use only the things you started with, which is supposedly not what crawl is meant to be. If you go by the ogre decision, where you're meant to have interesting in-game decisions. Anyway, let's see if this is indeed remove curse. It's teleportation. Alright, that's why I was on the stair here, in case I read teleport, so we're going to go back up. And that way, alright, it teleports over there. Back to this same stair, and let's see if this is remove curse. It is not. Recharging. This is really good on both the enslavement and the ice blast. Oh man, that's a really hard decision actually. I think I'm gonna go to ice blast. Okay. If I were being really optimal, I guess I could have ID'd the plain hunting sling before we put it on. Yeah, that's alright. Alright. So if I go into my auto pickup with backslash, I can pick up sling bullets. So then any of those we see, we can use a jackal. Alright, and a goblin. Alright. Hunting slings are so good. You see that even with a -1 cursed hunting sling, we still one-shot that goblin. This jackal pack scares me. I don't want to fight a whole jackal pack in the open. Alright, so here we go. -1 cursed hunting sling. Let's go. Every time my breath runs out. Oh dear. Okay, there's the null. Alright, so they snuck up on us. This is like panic stations. We've only just sort of started D2. We can't run away from them, and nulls hurt a lot. So what we're going to do is we're going to enslave this one who's next to us. We've got a 65% chance to succeed. Alright, and we're going to tell him to attack this one. Alright, is our NaAr winning? No. But we could poison him. Alright, and for this guy, we could do a few things. We could Ice Blast him, which is probably the correct play here, rather than enslaving him, because there's no one else for him to fight, so what's the point? Alright, and we got him in 1. So that's what I was talking about in terms of Ice Blast being amazing. Alright. So first null pack down. Have a new potion. Let's ID that. A potion of agility. Alright. Okay, here's a worm. Even though you're slow, they're even slower. So I can kite the worm with my poison and my sling. Although it's not as straightforward as it usually is, because you can get space faster. They can do up to 10 damage, which is why you don't want to be in melee with them. This might take a while actually. We don't want to get trapped between the worm and this field lizard. Where are you, worm? Okay. He was clever. He went around the other way. We're really not doing too well here. And again, this is one tricky worm. The problem is our cursed -1 sling doesn't really do enough damage to overcome his innate healing. We might just have to give up on this actually. Oh my god. Maybe I could just start, let's slinging him at melee range. Okay, that worked. But the plan there was if he started hitting me, I could always just walk back upstairs. Otherwise, I was going to take 10 years. I've already read, what is that, teleport, so I guess this could still be noise, so I'm going to read this now. It was blinking, okay, that's a shame to waste. But it would be really good to find remove curse to get rid of this sling. Right. Okay. This looks like it's some sort of lizard vault. Fellow reptiles. Ooh, there's a spear. If we're just talking about general weapons, I'd rather have a spear than I would a short sword. Assuming both are just +0, the spear has reaching, which is pretty good when your major issue is positioning yourself. I have one skill of short blade, but that's not a huge deal. Alright, there's our first adder. I'm hoping, okay, he did see me. Alright, so we could do, we can't spit poison through the plants. He's susceptible to poison, so if I can poison him, I missed. Okay. I'm gonna shoot a wand of flame. If he starts owning me, which he didn't, I can always ice blast him. Alright, and here's a Zom altar. Don't think we're going Zom. Naga of Zom does not sound like a good streak combo. Let's ID this potion. The ring. Still don't have remove curse, so I'm not going to do that yet. Because I've cleared most of the level, that's why I've waited to do these other scrolls. So I'm going to go down, because we might get magic mapping. Even though we can't find temple yet, it might show us the locations of, say, an altar, or maybe there was going to be sewer on this level, or something like that. Remove curse, good. In that case, oh, we don't have a second one, so I still can't try this ring, because it could be cursed teleport or something. Alright, so our sling is now, we can still use it. The difference is that we can take it off to use our short sword. Or actually, let's try the spear. It could be cursed as well. Oh my god, I actually called it. Why? Why are plain items cursed like this? Dear. Okay. Well, this one's much worse. Again, we still have our wands to lean on, but for all we know, this is gonna take floors and floors and floors until we see another remove curse. I don't know why I even did that. I really don't like how things are cursed like that. Alright, oh well. So, well, we killed the goblin, killed that goblin with it. But this is, yeah, ugly. Okay, there's a ruined flail, which again, we're gonna need multiple remove curses before we can try that one. That means Crazy Youth is in there. His Quarterstaff of Chaos is actually a really interesting weapon, and probably a really strong weapon. And I could probably relatively easily kill him with Ice Blast. The problem again is that I can't actually use his thing because I'm stuck with a Cursed Spear. Feels good. These interesting game decisions that we're making, i.e. we cannot make them. Alright, let's go eat that guy. Is that an altar? It is. That's a faded altar. This is really scary, the bullfrog skeleton. They do a lot of damage and it's really fast. So I think I'm going to start using Ice Blast. I think I can hit, whoops. I can hit them both if I go up the top here. No, I can't. I can only get the Dart Slug. Okay, what about now? Why can't I target that tile there? Okay, well I need to go back one and then Ice Blast, I guess. It's not super amazing because as a skeleton he's very resistant to cold, so probably actually I should want to flame him. And then if I start dying, I should have a good enslavement chance. 71%. Alright. I think we're okay. Alright, good. We missed and it didn't even notice. Okay, so we're gonna go Wand of Flame again. And probably we can melee it. Okay, we got our breath back. Alright, fine. That bullfrog skeleton on D3 is why, for instance, you don't play Naga Venom Mage. If you have a look at our aptitudes, Nagas have a +3 poison aptitude, so it's not uncommon for people to think, hell yeah, Naga Venom Mage. It's so bad because it makes you all in on poison. So you have spit poison and you have poison spells, but you're slow. So for every monster like that in the early game you meet, such as a skeleton or a player ghost or I don't know, a wight or a wraith, or there are millions of them, you can't run from them, so they will all kill you. And you can't hurt them because they're all immune to poison. Oh man. This curse -2 spear is so sad. Do I wanna pray at the faded altar? Maybe. I'm trying to think. Is there a god that would destroy my game? Probably not. But could potentially be kind of boring for you guys if I rolled one of the ones that I've just been using. It's tempting, but no, I'm gonna pass. A faded altar, you start off with 1 star of piety, so it's assuming you don't just, this is another example, so it's a player ghost. As a Naga Venom Mage, you would die to that. I mean, well, in this case, he didn't even see me, so that's okay. Let's check this hatch up. Okay. Alright, but it's a bit of a worry that there's a ghost down here somewhere. Quite near where we are. So let's pick a different stair. Let's stay over this side of the level if we can. I'm going to stick my head down on the next floor. And I'm going to read this to see if it's magic mapping. It is. Okay. So there's a temple here. There's an altar there. There's probably a shop there. But no temple. Okay. What do we have? We've got teleport to get away. I think I want to stay here and check out this shop and this altar. How much gold do I have? 168. Might have remove curse there. Okay, there's a D4 centaur. And we're here early. Alright, that's really dangerous. We can ice blast it probably in 2 shots. What's my enslavement chance? 58. So not amazing. I'm gonna ice blast it. Okay, we dodged that attack. Oh, we blocked it actually. Alright, so we got him. Alright. The power of the ice blast wand there. We missed on that attack. I'm gonna take him up. Can spit poison again. Did not hurt him. Alright, taking this slowly. Let's wand of flame. We seem to be dying. Okay, good. Alright, I know there's an ant there. He's susceptible to poison too. So we can start meleeing him. And poison again? Good. Alright. I'm hoping that orc isn't part of a pack. There's a new ghost. He also hasn't seen me. He does up to 18 damage. Alright, so this is not safe. We've got a ghost on each floor. I'm gonna X that out. Alright, so we're staying up here for now. Oh, there's Auntie's ghost. I thought he was on the other side of the level. Well, maybe, but he's over here now. Alright, so we're going back over to this side. He's a demon spawn gladiator. Alright, more orcs. I want to use my spit poison on the orc, not the bat. And again, good. We can hit this bat with our -2 cursed spear. Might take a while, but we'll get there. Alright, let's poison him. Same reasoning, let's go int again. We've got, our skin is tougher, so because we're at 6, we've got 2 points of our natural AC. Oh dear, okay, there's a wizard. He has just a plain dagger. He's hasted himself, that's kind of scary. I probably want to ice blast him. Let's see. Let's try a random effects. We tried to do something, I don't know what, but he's in range for ice blast now. Alright, we got him in one go. Here's a leopard gecko. Poisoned him, killed him, and another snake. Everything's coming right now. Alright, we poisoned him, so he's dead too. Oh man. This is feels so tense right now. Auntie's ghost and he's seen us. Let's XP him. He can hit for up to 14, which is a very significant chunk of our health. He is immune to poison, so yeah, poison spit doesn't work. And he's resistant to cold, which means my ice blast is much less effective. Let's check enslavement if I need to. 55%, that's pretty good. So I'm going to test an ice blast. Test a flame. Yeah, that seemed to do more damage. I don't like that we're using up all of our flame wand right now. Maybe I do need to ice blast, except I can't. Yeah, no I can if I hit there. Alright, okay, we got him. That was scary though. And we're sort of starting to run out of wand things. We've got 6 ice blast and only 2 flame, which is going to be a real struggle if we don't find a remove curse sometime soon. I can throw a stone at one. Okay, he shouted. I was hoping I'd be able to just pull one off. And I'll poison mist. I don't really want to ice blast these guys. Got a new breath. Okay, let's start fighting. New breath again. Mist. Just slowly. Okay, good. It's a struggle. Oh, tomahawks. The tomahawks give us a kind of an alternative way to try to kill things. We can throw 4 of those. So I'll quiver them with Shift Q. Alright, and we're back down to D4. I'm going to pick a stair that's, I hope, away from the ghost. Alright, this one. There's another stair over there. Oh no, it's a hatch. So this is actually the stair that's closest to that altar. I'm going to start heading towards that bottom right corner. Here's an artifact short sword, which again, I would love to be able to use. I'd love to be able to make these interesting gameplay decisions based on what items I find in the dungeon. But because we tried that and we had a plain item that was cursed, we don't get to make those. Finding a new Wand of Flame is pretty good, but until we get it ID'd, we'll be wasting charges. We'll still use it if we have to. I mean, we're stuck with a -2 cursed spirit at the moment, so I think it's very likely that we'll have to. Oh man. It appeared unharmed. I'm going to shut this door and wait for my breath to come back, and we can go around the other way. They're susceptible to poison, so we failed it again. As in we didn't poison him. Okay, we're gonna start hitting him without. Oh no, we got our breath back. Okay, he's poisoned, so he should probably die. Good. Shields to 2. That's pretty close to our buckler penalty, which is 2.4. So we've got a little bit more to train, and then we can turn those off. Alright, how do we get to this altar? We gotta go around that way. Jackal skeleton. That one should be fine to just melee. Right, again, we have not been doing too well at poisoning these worker ants. Alright, here we go with the melee. And the breath didn't poison him again. Or again. What's up with these ants? And that one missed. Alright, I can't take much more damage. Let's see. Let's Wand of Flame him. Okay, we're starting to die. We've got one more breath. If that fails, we're going to start enslaving him. Okay, that missed again. Alright, so I want to enslave him. 70% chance. And I'm going to say TR to tell him to retreat away from me. And then let's... Oh, he's back again. Please get away from me. Alright, he can't open doors, so I'm safe to rest here. Except he's like super outplay ant. Alright, let's try to poison him again. And I guess we'll shoot our last identified Wand of Flame. Man, that ant. He was very determined. Altar, what are you? Wujian. Wujian does not seem like the sort of god you want to worship on a very slow moving race. I might be wrong, but the idea of linking your attacks to a slow movement that's going to let your enemies hit you back lots of times every time you want to use these abilities doesn't sound like a good idea. So we're going to skip that one. Another glowing war axe. Again, we could make some super interesting decisions if it weren't for the whole plain items being cursed thing. I know I don't get salty about too many things, but this is one that does quite bother me. Another teleport scroll is good to have. Because you can't run away from anything, these teleport scrolls are very, very important. We have 4 rings, but we can't try them. Why is there an upstairs that I don't know? Did I not clear the floor above? Ooh. Seems like there's a little disconnected area. I can shut the door and wait for him to maybe tick from poison. No, but at least I got my breath back, so I can try again. Alright, there we go. Door's OP. There's nothing here. Alright. Huh. I just didn't clear this floor for some reason? Yeah, I thought I'd cleared it. Alright, so it's not actually a disconnected area. I'm just an idiot. Alright, let's throw our tomahawks. His whip is just plain. Alright, well, we found another remove curse. Okay, so that means we can try some things. Okay, let's do our rings first. +3 protection, very nice. Resist corrosion, nice but not that useful right now. Intelligence, and finally protection from magic. Okay, that's really good. So we're going to use the protection and protection from magic. I'm going to drop the ID and probably the scale mail actually. And then we're just going to use, I dropped the wand of flame, that's not what I meant. That one. Yeah, okay. And so we're not going to use resist corrosion right now. Typically you use that when you see something that can corrode you. Alright. So I want to remove curse now. It means I can get rid of my spear, but then it means that it's a risk to wield this smoking short sword. Oh dear, okay. How afraid am I? It's unlikely to be a minus. Oh man, am I really considering this? Also, I just want to check if there's no regular sling somewhere. No, there's not. Just this -1. Am I willing to risk the smoking short sword? I probably should just wait for ID. Yeah, okay. And we're gonna just use the short sword, the plain one. Even these glowing items, they could also just be glowing because they're -3 and cursed. Alright. But at least with those ones, I know that's the case. Because they're glowing, I know they're more likely to be cursed. Let's see. Got him. Alright. The next time I find remove curse, I can try the weapons that are glowing, but I probably should wait for ID to test the artifact short sword. This guy is impossible. Alright, this feels a lot better, hitting stuff with an actual weapon rather than a -2 cursed one. Oh right, and of course we can potentially use the quarterstaff. That's a really good point. Alright, because what do we have? We've got 6 ice blasts, which I'm pretty confident will easily kill Crazy Youth. Yeah, why did I go down? I know I went down because I was afraid of the ghost and I wanted to see if Temple was there. But then I came back up. I don't know why I thought this floor was done. Let's read one of these. Immolation. Okay, that's fine. Thankfully we didn't test it with any enemies nearby. I think we are just losing 1v1 to this orc. It's a bit of a worry. Good. Alright, Crazy Youth time. If you had no way to kill him at range like this, this probably isn't worth it because his chaos weapon is really scary. He can banish you, he can paralyze you, he can roll a lek and like 2-shot you. but because we can Ice Blast him like this, we don't have to take any shots. We get a cloak. I wonder if that's worth the repel missiles. It's probably not actually. So this gives us 1 extra point of AC, but we lose repel missiles. I feel like repel missiles is pretty valuable to have. And we get a quarterstaff of chaos, which is quite often highly enchanted. Let's have a look. You can't use it with a shield. I thought quarterstaves were one-handed. Okay. Probably not worth it then. I think I'd rather just keep the buckler for the extra survivability that it gives. That's where the ghost was? Yeah, okay, we haven't killed him yet. Alright, so back down to D4. I love how I'm trying to chase after a rat, but the rat's just too fast for me. There's an Orc Priest. Okay, we're gonna go Ice Blast. Alright, and we got him in 1. That was good. Even with 62 HP, Orc Priests are still quite scary. And man, we're back to D4. This has been a struggle so far. It's been about 45 minutes, so I think we're going to wrap up episode 1 there. Join me for the next one and we'll continue the struggle. As we'll try to find the temple. More importantly, try to stay alive. So, see you then.